Hello everyone, I'm your host Heather Dawson, and as always it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California on our show. But let's head to Nashville, where Hayden PANITERRE is one of the big stars of the hit show Nashville. Our very own Gabrielle Daddario got to talk to her about one of her big causes. Here's Gabrielle.
Blue Jeans Go Green is actually a denim recycling program. Actress Hayden PANITERRE is here to tell us about the program, how she is participating, and what you can do to help them meet their challenge. Hayden, welcome to California Life. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. You?
I'm doing great. Hey, you know, we're huge fans of Nashville, your show, but we're also huge fans of recycling, and we hear that you've paired up with a recycling program for denim. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's called Blue Jeans Go Green, and it's an amazing campaign. I'm really passionate about it. It's been going on for about 8 years, where you donate your used or old pairs of jeans or any kind of denim, and Habitat for Humanity turns it into insulation for houses. I've got it right here in my hand, so instead of having toxic fiberglass in your walls, you now have recycled denim, and you have a place to send your denim that you don't want anymore. They've been around for 8 years, as I said, and they're about to hit 1 million pairs of jeans donated. Incredible. In order to reach that goal of 1 million pairs, there are 12 celebrities, including myself, that have donated 1 pair of jeans that are signed. And you can go to this website, BLUEJEANSGOGREEN.org, and you can bid on these jeans. But instead of bidding with money, you bid with denim. And it can be any kind of denim. It can be jeans, it can be jackets, it can be hats. My friend said that she's got a pair of denim cowboy boots that she wants to donate, all of that. And so you basically say, okay, I would love a pair of Heidi Klum signed jeans, so I want to send in 10 items of denim. And somebody can see that and go, well, I want to send in 15 items of denim, and then whoever has donated the most wins the jean.
This is a challenge that is going on then.
Kind of, but it's a challenge that makes you feel good.
It's a great campaign. We're all about it.
I became a part of it when I did the cotton campaign, and I actually wore these in the cotton commercial that I shot here in Nashville.
You're actually part of the Fabric of My Life campaign. Can you tell me about that?
It's been a blast. I got to play myself, and Nashville really got to play a character in it. And I learned how many things were actually made with cotton, because that wasn't something that I really paid that much attention to before, until I was on, and I was wearing everything from amazing Stella McCartney dresses to comfy casual clothes like this, and it's all made with cotton in it.
Let's go back to the campaign. Can people donate just jeans, or is it, you know, like you said before, the jackets, everything? Can we donate all of that?
As long as it's denim, you can donate it. Hats, shoes, belts, jeans.
Great, and then how do we donate?
And you can go to this website right here, BlueJeansGoGreen.org. It has all the information about the auction. You can choose to auction for a pair of the signed jeans, or you can just donate in order to help us reach our goal so that we can make this lovely replacement for toxic material that you're gonna have in your house. I remember my parents all the time telling me if I went into the attic or I went into the basement, you know, you can go down there, but you're not allowed to touch that fiberglass. It's dangerous for kids, it's toxic for houses, and now we have an amazing thing to replace it with. It literally looks like somebody put your blue jeans in a blender. That's what it looks like right here. You can even see, if you look closely, you can even see little bits and pieces here and there of unblended. You can see that little corner right there.
Well, Hayden, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for telling us about the campaign, and we hope that you get 1 million pairs.
My pleasure, thank you.
Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, you too.
To find out more about the Blue Jeans Go Green program, to donate your denim or to bid with your denim, just check out www.bluejeansgogreen.org. Bringing you the best of California, I'm Gabrielle Daddario for California Life.
Coming up here on California Live, Ireland's Minister of Tourism was here in Los Angeles, and we caught up with him at a special luncheon for a rare sit-down. Plus, you won't believe who the Dodger Bear fan is. And it's every singer's worst nightmare, losing their voice. California Life's Audra Stafford shows us how the Voice Health Institute is keeping some of music's biggest names in the business.
The country of Ireland has it all, from incredible landscapes to rich history and some of the world's friendliest people. Now the country's tourism minister says what better way to find out than to just go. Ireland has unspoiled landscapes, a beautiful coastline, and urban and dynamic cities with thousands of years of culture and history. That appeal is why Minister Leo Varadkar visited Los Angeles. He wants Americans to look outside their borders and consider taking on a little adventure.
I think anyone who does visit Ireland, they should certainly spend some time in Dublin, but you really need to get out to the countryside as well and just see some of the scenery and meet some of the interesting characters along the way as well.
Enough can't be said about the people of Ireland. They're notoriously warm and friendly, but their personalities really stand out.
Irish people, I think, kind of like to tease each other. The kind of antidote to that then is not to allow it to cause you to, react and then to respond.
Irish tradition may be a little closer to home than most of us realize. A staggering 40 million Americans have Irish ancestry, including President Barack Obama. We asked the minister how we could go about tracing those roots.
There's a lot of different websites, ones like Ancestry.com, for example. One thing you can do as well is look at our census. We have all the census records from back around 1901 and 1911 online.
If you're like our host, Heather Dawson, and you began your search locally on Ancestry.com, you could take it a step further by taking a DNA test. In fact, you can see Heather taking one in our studio. After submitting a saliva sample in a kit supplied by Ancestry.com, Heather got her results back quickly and discovered she has a third Irish cousin. That means she could qualify for Irish citizenship.
If you have any grandparent who was an Irish citizen, then you're automatically entitled to be an Irish citizen and have an Irish passport. And you can hold dual American, Irish and American citizenship.
Having Irish citizenship also means you can live, work and study anywhere in the European Union without needing a visa.
It's actually a very family-friendly country. We have a very high birth rate, so, the whole country is very organised for families. 2013 was a record year for tourism to Ireland from the United States. 1 million Americans visited Ireland. And with big gateways like John F. Kennedy Airport in New York, Boston, Chicago, Orlando, Philadelphia, and Charlotte, getting to Ireland has never been easier. Starting April 2nd, 2014, Aer Lingus will fly directly to Dublin from San Francisco. And as a great incentive, when you return to the U.S., you can clear customs from either Dublin or Shannon airports, allowing you to arrive in the U.S. as a domestic passenger. And since Irish musicians are also a big draw to the country, with legends like Van Morrison, the Cranberries, and Bono of U2, we had to ask about another cultural phenomenon, One Direction. I thought I might be asked about Bono. I didn't think I'd be asked about One Direction now, but look, it's just like any boy band, way back as far as the Beatles and even in recent years with, Take That and Robbie Williams and so on.
For information on getting to Ireland, where to stay and what to do, go to Ireland.com. You can also find out about a new product launching in 2014 called the Wild Atlantic Way. It's a 1,500-mile route designed to give visitors a thrilling Irish experience. Bringing you the best of California life from the California Club in Los Angeles. I'm Leloba Seitshiro for California Life.
Coast to Coast Computer Products is about much more than just ink and toner. It's also a company about making the most of opportunity.
Mary Connie, please.
Today, when many are still out of work and others are unhappily employed for the sake of keeping their jobs, employees at Coast to Coast Computer Products Incorporated are thriving on their own terms.
When it comes to goal setting, everybody's different. If I give you your goals, you're not going to be too enthusiastic about reaching them. But if I ask you for your goals, and then I hold you accountable to those goals, we both want the same thing.
For Sales Representative Lamont Washington, that means
You have to want to grow in an industry like this.
Rick founded Coast to Coast in 1985 before going green was in vogue. It was his desire to live broader that challenged him to step out of his comfort zone. Rick left his family's construction business in Detroit and set out for Southern California, where he successfully learned the computer products industry from his previous employer, and then risked it all to make his own mark on the marketplace.
I started the company out of a rented house and basically a single line telephone and a phone book, and I started cold calling out of that phone book. And I worked by myself, I think, for about 60 or 90 days, and then I actually had somebody who, approached me and said, I want to come to work for you. And I said, well, I don't even have an office.
Rick gave himself a chance to live a more satisfying life, and through Coast to Coast, he's allowing his employees a chance to do the same for themselves.
I also come from a background where at one point I was homeless. He's a blessing to many. And I think it's because of his relationship with God that starts it off, that he was given a second chance in life to become who he was. So I believe that his heart is touched to allow others like myself to have an opportunity to get back up and move forward.
Due to his diligence, Rick's one-man business has grown into 4 locations throughout Southern California, along with hundreds of employees, including some who even work from home in different cities in the U.S. Coast to Coast sells more than 10,000 computer items to companies nationwide, but focuses on green alternatives for ink and toner at more affordable prices. While it was Rick's boundless vision to make eco-friendly computer products more available to a larger number of companies, it's also the dedication of his team members that help execute that vision, even when potential customers aren't always as enthusiastic.
I've always been a part of a team. A good team starts off with a good coach and a good leader. And just being a people's person, enjoying life and having fun helps me do what I do over the phone.
Through its many charitable contributions to organizations like Habitat for Humanity, Operation Gratitude, the Simi Valley Police Foundation, and the March of Dimes, Coast to Coast's philosophy of second chances is as limitless as the principle of big vision it was founded upon.
It's my job to continue to grow people, and the company grows automatically, because we get a lot of people who come to us from 12-step programs, even people who have spent time in prison and things like that normally would probably never even get an interview at a lot of companies. We give them an opportunity to come here. I've got people that have come to work taking the bus, living in a sober living home, that now own their own homes and are making 6 figures a year. That motivates me. I love those kind of stories, and that's what keeps me coming here every day.
For more information, log on to coasttocoast.com. Bringing you the best in California from Simi Valley, I'm Tiffany Carter for California Life.
Coming up here on California Live, you won't believe who the Dodger Bear fan is. And it's every singer's worst nightmare, losing their voice. California Life's Audra Stafford shows us how the Voice Health Institute is keeping some of music's biggest names in the business.
For music megastars like Aerosmith's Steven Tyler, singing isn't just a job, it's a way of life.
The voice has got me everything I've ever wanted. It's my livelihood. It helps me front the band.
So when that voice is threatened by disease or damage to the vocal cords,
I broke a blood vessel.
The wounds will likely go much deeper.
I was just super bummed out and was spending so much time completely silent. I didn't know what was wrong and I didn't know how I could fix it.
You try not talking for 2 weeks. It's really, really difficult.
Just give me. No, no, no.
No, no, no. It's still catching. It still feels tight.
It can happen with scar tissue.
The heartbreaking and potentially life-changing reality that has affected so many of music's biggest names was also a big storyline on Season 2 of ABC's Nashville.
Healing is halted by anxiety. It's why you're feeling tense and tight. Feel the resonance in your mask. Give me 1.
1.
2.
2.
Keep going to 9.
3. 4.
I love working with these actors. They've been fantastic.
Vocal coach for ABC's Nashville, Valerie Morehouse, says protecting the vocal cords starts with proper technique.
I started working with Connie Britton and kind of started with her, teaching her how to sing and really use the voice that she naturally had.
But the demands on today's singers go beyond the stage.
Besides singing, you're constantly on the phone, you're constantly doing interviews, so your voice really doesn't get a rest.
And as a result, more and more of them are experiencing serious problems. That's where the Voice Health Institute comes in. The nonprofit funds research for advances in the treatment of voice and upper airway problems by physicians like Dr. Steven Zeitels.
He's just coming up with new inventions and fast-tracking ear, nose, and throat, and really having all the other doctors in the world sort of follow in his lead and fixing things that we couldn't fix 10 years ago.
Zeitels was honored for his work during the VHI's inaugural Raise Your Voice benefit at the Beverly Hills Hotel. a benefit he hopes will give many more people a voice.
We're so fortunate as a field to have these just vocal athletes willing to pitch in and speak for the people who have lost their voice with sometimes very, very serious diseases.
Bringing you the best of California, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
Well, you may remember the Dodger Bear fan. David Wiley takes a closer look.
It was mid-October when the Dodgers were in the midst of a heated playoff race when a guy in a bear costume jumped onto the roof of one of the dugouts at Dodger Stadium in an effort to fire up the fans. The so-called rally bear did a crazy dance that got the crowd going. Even actor Dustin Hoffman had a smile. That stunt got nationwide media attention, and the video of the performance quickly went viral. It was only later that the world found out that the rally bear was none other than longtime Rancho Cucamonga businessman Mark Moninger, owner of Hopper's Office Furniture.
It's always been a kind of a dream of mine to be a professional mascot for a major league team. And both of our local major league teams don't have professional mascots. And so I decided that after talking to them, they weren't really interested. They said, no, we're not interested at all to do it this year or some years. So I said, no, I think they need it. They just haven't seen me do my stuff yet. So I just decided that it was time to take matters in my own hand and take a risk and do a little quick audition.
And what an audition it was, and on a giant nationally televised stage. Now, before you think Mark is just some rank amateur in a bear outfit, it's interesting to note that Mark has plenty of mascot experience, including a long stint as Tremor, the mascot for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. With that experience in hand, Mark made his move during a pitching change in the bottom of the 8th inning of the Dodgers game.
So I bought tickets really close and then just waited until the right moment and jumped out, and I knew I was going to get probably removed from the game because you're not allowed to be on the dugout, and so I tried to do as much as I can before the security came and took me away.
The brief routine was a big hit with fans and has made Mark a bit of a local celebrity, and even brought some extra attention to Hopper's Office Furniture. And while some say his rally bear stunt was somewhat daring, Mark says that's part of his philosophy in business and in life.
You can have a dream or something you'd like to do or do differently, but the universe doesn't reward you unless you actually go out and do it. You can hope and think and pray and maybe something good will happen to me, but unless you take action yourself to make it happen, it's not going to happen.
And it's that philosophy that's helped Mark successfully run his family-owned business.
We've been in Rancho Cucamonga for 25 years. We're having our 25th anniversary this year. This is our 4th different store. We started off on Haven Avenue. Then we had a store on Arrow Route and Hellman and 9th Street. And we bought this building about 7 years ago, and so we've been at this location 7 years.
Hopper's current location on Rochester Avenue features more than 30,000 square feet of new and used office furniture.
If you can sit at it or write on it or file in it, we carry the equipment for that.
And even though it's back to business for Mark, he says the attention from his rally bear stunt has been overwhelming, with fans still stopping by the furniture store to meet the rally bear, take pictures, and get autographs. Even local radio station Cola 99.9 and morning DJ Jesse Duran recently did a special remote broadcast with Mark and the rally bear.
I've been really pleased with the reaction so far. People have been supportive, and they want to bring the bear back.
What do you think about the rally bear?
Fantastic. Need to see him every game.
We'll wait and see what happens. I'm not going to contact them. There's a lot of people. There's a petition going around that they say they want to bring the bear back, but I'll just let it run its course.
And while Mark is back to work at Hopper's Office Furniture, you never know when the rally bear might show up. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
Well, that wraps up this edition of California Live. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember, if you missed any part of our show, you can go to our website, californialifehd.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.